Greetings everybody, today I have these nasty little fellows. These are Tiberius Mauler peppers in 3 different varieties. We've got a red one, a brown one, and a peach one, and they are very, very, very hot peppers. I never heard of these before, but they were sent to me by Matt over at mattspeppers.com. Thank you, Matt! He sent me a big box full of peppers, and there's no way I can get through them all. They're just like so super hot, but I at least wanted to touch on these because these stood out in the box. These look like something that you do not want to touch. They would, you know, as far as peppers go, when they look like this, they're kind of like knobbly and pointy and stuff like that. You avoid those. Those are like really, really, really hot ones, which they happen to be. But also just like out in nature, you would not want to touch something that looked like this. You wouldn't want to touch an animal that looked like this. You wouldn't want to touch a rock that looked like this. It looks like it's going to hurt you. And yeah, it's got like these little rat tails on it, or little scorpion stingers on it, and they're just really, really gnarly looking. But besides that, I've heard that if you try these and manage to survive, they actually have a really nice flavor. I thought it would be interesting to try these side by side to see how the different colors of this very painful pepper compare to each other. That's hard to say, and also do something that's going to actually taste good. I'm going to make a hot sauce with these that hopefully after the processing of making a hot sauce, it'll mellow it down so I get to appreciate the flavor behind all the pain. Okay, let's go. Oh, the smell on this is pain. Very, very hot peppers have the smell of like apricots and cherries. And when I cut into this, I just got a big whiff of that. So this one is definitely a painful one. No doubt about it. I don't know how many Scovilles it has, but I'm gonna wager that it's probably past 1 million. Okay, I'm just taking little slices from the middle. Because fun thing about peppers is that the bottoms of peppers, so like the little rat tails that these have, are probably not that hot. Because the heat isn't going to be at the very tip, it's going to be around the membrane in the center. Ugh. I should have done this before I cut these, but I have some rubber gloves. Hopefully I didn't get it too badly on me from just cutting them, but I'm going to be handling them next, so I don't want to try these peppers and then touch my eye or something, which I've done so many times in the past. So I'm going to try a large toenail clipping size of the red one. And yeah, this is all I'm going to eat of this. You know, every time I make a video about peppers, I get these comments from people who are like, "You didn't eat the whole thing? Come on, are you a man?" And like, apparently not, if that's what it takes to be a man, is eat an entire pepper and then throw up in a bucket. There's a lot of videos like that, and I don't know why people watch that stuff. It's gross. Not going to do that. I'm going to try just this little bit so I can tell what it actually tastes like. Oh, that smell. Oh, this is going to hurt. Yep. That is a very, very hot pepper. That's up there with like a ghost pepper, scorpion pepper. That's way up there. Holy crap. Haven't brought this up in a while. I've got the rating scale of how hot something is from the level of water at 0 to a bee on fire stinging you, which is a 10. It builds. It builds. 9. I think I've had hotter ones, but not by a lot. Not by a lot. Oh my god. Just that tiny little piece is enough to like set my mouth on fire. I don't know if I can do all 3 in one day. I was gonna compare them to get the flavors, but that is like real hot. Because like once you eat one, it just like kills your taste buds. It is a good flavor, though. Objectively, the flavor of that is good. It's just really, really damn hot. It's in the world of like a bitter cherry. Nice fruity flavor. But yeah, a little bit bitter. A little bit tangy. But it's mostly like a stone fruit taste, like a cherry taste. A little apricot-y. It's been 5 minutes, and the heat has not entirely dissipated, but a little bit. And by the way, my fire extinguisher today to put out the heat in my mouth is some mint tea, which does absolutely nothing. This is the brown Tiberius Mauler, and it's got a nice little chunk of seeds and membrane attached to it. Look at that. That's fun. That's where the heat is. That's the hot part. So I'm going to actually just eat half of this so I'm not here all day. The brown one is more bitter. Similar flavor, though. Yeah. Let me try that again. Similar flavor, though. The brown one is also very hot. Maybe not quite as hot, but I'm eating less of it, so who the hell knows. But this current state, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. But it's building. What's interesting is it's not building in my mouth the same way the red one did. The brown one is getting me here. It's getting me in the throat. It feels like my voice box is just on fire. I'm gonna need to take another 5 minutes because I'm losing my voice. So it's been 5 minutes, and my mouth is still on fire. And I'm feeling a little nauseous. So I'm gonna actually resume this tomorrow because I need a break. I think this tea is actually making it worse. Need to get some milk. Ugh. Yeah, so it's been a day, and I thankfully feel better. But yeah, those 2 little slivers of pepper put me out. It gave me such a terrible, icky feeling. I had to lay down for like 30 minutes so the nausea would go away. And that is what people don't really talk about with these chili pepper things. It's like, yeah, the heat is bad, sure, but that's not the big problem with like really, really super hot peppers. It's what it does to your stomach. Like it can really mess you up. It can make you feel very, very ill. I can put up with a pretty high amount of heat, at least like with how I've been doing it. But what I don't like is when it's just like, oh no, it's not the throat, it's not the tongue, it is right in the gut. And that's where I'm like, all right, I can't do this anymore. I don't feel like getting my rubber gloves out, but I've got some chopsticks. That's a good idea. Don't especially want to eat this whole thing though. I'm gonna bite into like half of it. Flavor of that's really good. I think it's called peach because of what it looks like, but also tastes a bit like peach too. It's about as bitter as the first one was, and yeah, I'm definitely feeling the heat where I just bit into it on like this side of my mouth, and that side of my mouth is now on fire, but not in an entirely unpleasant way. The heat on it is not as bad as the other 2. That might be because of me putting it in the fridge, or maybe it's because I didn't eat enough of it. So I'm gonna try a little bit more. The peach one is the least hot, but also has the nicest flavor. So I guess it depends on what you want. If you want something that is going to just be absolutely brutal and make you sick because of how hot it is, go with the brown one. If you want one that's going to have the most flavor, but not as much heat, go with the peach one. If you want one that's a little bit more balanced, go with the red one. though these are super hot, they do have a nice flavor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to make a hot sauce with them. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to cut them up. I'm going to put them in a jar with some garlic, and I'm going to top it off with a brine solution of 1 cup of water to 2 teaspoons of salt. Normally you use pickling salt. I don't have any. I have Himalayan pink rock salt, which is not probably a great idea, but it's all I have, so we're going to try it anyway. I'm going to put that brine over the top of it. I'm going to cover this jar loosely and place it in the back of my cupboard for 1 week. Okay, it's been a week and doesn't look like this has gone bad. The onion did its job. This is just to protect bacteria from getting in. Yep, looks good. Ooh, it's got quite a smell to it. I'm going to first drain this off. So the peppers go into a blender. Put some apple cider vinegar. Gonna fill this up almost to the top. About a teaspoon of sugar. Teaspoon of salt. So, there you have it. It's been like a week or 2 in the fridge. So this has been mellowing out along the way. I got a haircut and it should be ready. So these peppers were extraordinarily hot, but when you ferment them and when you dilute it with vinegar and when you let it mellow out in the fridge, these are all things that are supposed to take that heat level down. But is it going to be enough where I can actually try this without feeling like my head is going to explode? That I don't know. It was very hot. So I'm going to just take a little bit, put it inside this guy here, and I'm just going to take it like a shot. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to take a Triscuit, put that in there. That has some heat. That definitely does have some heat, but it's not to the same level, like by far. Like that is a hot sauce that I would actually be able to use. Okay, so I'm gonna very cautiously take a little sip of this just so I can see if I can pinpoint what this actually tastes like. Oh yeah, that is very hot. The flavor is good though. You definitely do get that fruit flavor, like stone fruit kind of taste in there. It's not just getting me in the throat like the pepper was. I'm getting like mouth heat. And yeah, I like it. I think that's a quality hot sauce. It's a little bit vinegary because I had to put a lot of vinegar in this just to like dilute it. But besides that, it's quite nice. It's quite nice. So I'm happy with the Tiberius Mauler pepper. If you're somebody who wants a pepper that has a lot of heat, but also a lot of flavor, it is one to check out. So I think that's about it. Once again, thank you to mattspeppers.com, and thank you everybody for watching. Bye-bye. I would like to give a very big shout out to Smarter Everyday, Bill T, and Wootbot. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. This is how I managed to keep this channel going, so it is a huge help to anyone watching who is interested in learning more about how you can help the channel and get some cool stuff in return, like early access to videos, exclusive videos. There's actually over 100 of them already that you can get access to. There's a level where I'll send you stuff in the mail. You gotta check it out. There's more information about this down in the description below. Thanks so much.